Welcome to Bible Conversations. What you're about to hear is a conversation starter. We hope that you will be encouraged to go out and start a conversation about the Bible.
People are always curious about our relationship to Christ. Is it a personal relationship? Is it a covenant relationship? Well, I think we get a little bit of glimpse into our relationship with Christ when we see how Christ handled relationships with people while he was here on earth. In Luke chapter 7, we see a beautiful picture unfolding as Luke writes about this sinful woman who came to Christ. You see, in Luke chapter 7, Jesus was eating at this Pharisee's house. This Pharisee was named Simon. And as Jesus was sitting there and enjoying the meal, reclining at the table, as it says, this woman came in, and she was, quote, a sinful woman, most likely a prostitute, as many times that's what is indicated by the word a sinful woman, as Luke is writing. And it says that she came in with a flask of ointment, a bottle of ointment, of alabaster ointment, and that she was standing at his feet and began to wet his feet with her tears and wiped them with the hair of her head and kissed his feet and anointed them with the ointment. That's verse 38 of Luke chapter 7. You see, this woman, she came in and she clearly knew who Christ was and began to cry at his feet and wet his feet and wipe them with her hair and anoint his feet with this oil. But it's what happened next that's so incredible. You see, the Pharisee, he's thinking, does Jesus know who this lady is? Does Jesus know the sinful life that this lady leads? And so Jesus, knowing his thoughts, he said to him that he told a parable about a moneylender who had two debtors, and one had a large debt, one had a small debt, and Jesus asked this Pharisee, who do you suppose will love him more when he forgives these two debts? And the Pharisee said, well, of course, the one with the larger debt. And Jesus answered, you've judged rightly. And then he turned to the woman, but still talking to the Pharisee. He said, do you see this woman? I entered your house. You gave me no water for my feet, but she has wet my feet with her tears and wiped them with her hair. You gave me no kiss, but from the time I came in, she has not ceased to kiss my feet. You did not anoint my head with oil, but she has anointed my feet with ointment. Therefore I tell you, her sins, which are many, are forgiven, for she loved much. But he who is forgiven little, loves little. Jesus is making it clear to this Pharisee that those with greater sins and are forgiven of more things, that their love, their appreciation for Christ is greater. It's incredible when we can look into the relationships that Christ had while he was here on earth with people. The compassion that he showed, the love that he showed, but along the way, the lessons that he taught. When you think about your relationship with Christ today, I want you to picture yourself in stories like this. All throughout the gospel accounts, we see how Christ dealt with people. Who are you in these stories? What does your relationship with Christ look like? What are your sins that have been forgiven? And then maybe you'll realize how much you love Christ too. Thank you for listening to today's Conversation Starter. We want to ask you to please let us know, what kind of conversations are you having in your life based on these conversation starters? And also, if you need any help, need anything that you want us to record a conversation starter about, please let us know.